I live in Oslo. Yeah. I like the feel and the size of the city. It's a capital, but it's not big. There's only about 500,000 people there, but it's got everything you need. I don't think it's possible to live in Norway and not think about oil. It's a bit of a fairy tale. There they were in the 60s, not very rich, on the edge of Europe, getting over the war, getting on with life, farming and fishing, and then someone comes along and works out there might be some oil under the sea, and boom, it's like they've won the lottery. I heard that when they found out how much oil was off the coast of Europe, all our politicians met to talk about and change the laws on who owned which bit of the land under the sea. And in the change, Norway became much bigger. I also heard that when the ministers from Norway and Denmark met to meet and talk about and sign some sort of agreement on who would get which bit of the land under the sea, the minister from Denmark had a bit too much to drink with his lunch and didn't quite realise what a fortune he was signing away to Norway. I wouldn't want something like that on my conscience, would you? I won't be in that kind of position anyway. Oil is amazing. It makes so much possible. Helps us travel, keeps us warm, helps us make and grow the food we eat, then helps it get to the shop. It even makes the plastic bag that I carry at home from the shop in, but only on the days where I forget my reusable bag. Or on the days where I have to pick up a plastic one because I need it for the rubbish. My glasses are made from it. Your glasses. My shoes. Your shoes. The clothes that we're wearing depend on it. Without oil, it would be hard to imagine the beer we might have together after this performance. Or a glass of wine. Or soft drink. In fact, without it, it would be hard to imagine this performance. A while ago, I was in Stamsund. Stamsund is a small town off the coast of the north of Norway in a group of islands called Lofoten. The main industry there is fishing, which I'm not very good at, especially the killing bit. But luckily I wasn't there to do any of that. In Stamsund every year, they also host an International Theatre Festival. I really like the festival. What with all these artists and audiences from different parts of the world walking around, feels like a bit of a retreat, a bit of a utopia even. The population of the town grows a bit, which feels like a good thing for the local economy, for morale. It's above the Arctic Circle too, so if you're lucky, the festival happens when the sun is shining all day and all night. On the last night of the festival there was this big party, and some people got so drunk that they fell asleep outside. The next day, it was easy to spot them because they were all walking around with heads the colour of salmon. Anyway, it's great. You do your work, and you see other people's work, and you eat and drink together, and you talk, and you listen to each other. And the setting is perfect. The islands look amazing, like they live and breathe and grow straight out of the sea. While I was there, I found out that in the future there were plans to drill for oil off the coast of Lofoten. I couldn't believe it. But apparently the oil companies were saying that nothing was definite. They were saying that at the moment they were just using some radars and some sonar, and they were doing some seismic testing. Someone told me it was too late anyway. They said that the seismic testing was frightening all the fish and they weren't breeding. So in the future, the fish population was going to fall whether they drilled for oil or not. Someone else told me they thought it was a good idea. They said it was good to think about bringing in some money. They said what with the hard times that the islands had had in the past, they might have more hard times in the future. All this talk of oil and dead fish and making money meant that the spell of Stamsund felt a bit broken. My liberal sensibilities felt a bit challenged. My faith in humanity felt a bit bruised. I stood there in Stamsund trying to breathe in and look at the birds and the mountains and the sunshine on the sea, and I wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel human. But it just wasn't happening. I wonder if I don't get that kind of feeling when I look at nature anymore. I wonder if I only get it when I look at things we've made ourselves, like tall buildings or planes, computers or iPods. When you start thinking about oil, pretty soon you realise that you can't just think about one thing. Pretty soon you'll start thinking about the environment too, and the climate and politics and money. It all comes back to the money. People are always saying to me, isn't it expensive to live in Norway? And the answer is, yeah, it is. But I think it's relative. What with all the space and the nature and the oil. And more than once people have said to me, well, now the planet's getting hotter, the weather in Norway is actually going to get better. It's further south that the sun and the heat is slowly going to kill thousands of people.